Sketching outdoors is great fun. Of course, I've been mentioning this, and at this time of year, of course, floral subjects are very attractive. This is a trailing petunia, and I'm going to be using a wash pencil. That's washable graphite to do it. Here it is. It's a sketching pencil by Derwent. It has a brush picture on it, and the words dark wash and a blue flash. The yellow flash is something I put there to identify as being my pencil from back in the days when I still was able to do live demonstrations. I hope those days will come again quite soon. So I've got a cartridge paper here. I'm going to start drawing on it in just a moment or two. The first thing to do is to get the basic trumpet shape of the bloom. And to do that, I will simply draw a trumpet. Just deciding now the moment where to put my subject. Here it comes. Just starting to draw my trumpet shape to start off my little sketch. So here is the trumpet shape of the bloom. Just pull that together with the outside of the bell. And then we can begin to elaborate on that shape. The shape of the petals going round the bell of the trumpet. At this stage, there's no difference from using an ordinary pencil. It is wet on dry, dry on dry. No water at this stage. It's very important with flower subjects to maintain the transparency of the blossom. Light floods through these. So it doesn't need too much in the way of shading. It must be done very, very delicately. Just getting the little lines to suggest the shape of the petals there. And beginning to elaborate on the shading on the inside of the bell. Pulling out some hatching from that line. Developing a little bit of shading on the bell there. And I can then begin to put in the stem. And the leaves. Just the two pairs of leaves on the articulation of the stem and the flower. A couple more leaves going on there. And that is the dry part of the work, I think, complete. Before we bring in the brush. This will be a delicate wash brush, as used before. Very fine, equivalent of, I guess, about a number 1 round brush. And just loosening up that graphite, as you can see, starting off with the main shadows. That floods water onto the soluble graphite. And it just brings it to life, as you can see. It's rather like those old magic drawing books we had as kids. Just add water. But it does make a nice foundation for the painting work, which we will be doing in a moment or two. It needs to be dry before you start to lay any colour on it. Most important, that. Also make sure you wash in every single line. You don't want to pick up graphite with your colour. So that's the drawing and the wash part of the demonstration done. In a second or two, we'll begin to introduce the colour. Again, using a wash paint brush with water in the half of the brush. It's freed up by gently pushing the haft to bring more water into the bristles. The colours I'm going to be using are going to be a bit of cadmium yellow. And that'll be the first thing that I introduce into the painting at this stage. Using the pencil work as a foundation, rather like I did with the last demonstration with the rocks. Here goes the yellow. This is the cadmium yellow. These days, because of health scares and so forth, you can get this yellow in a new un-cadmium form, as it were. There's a lot of worries about cadmium as a potential carcinogen. This is a bit of water going on before I lay in a little bit of opera rose for the pink on the edge of the flower there. Just where the bell begins to open up. Quite a light application, transparent application. Most important, not to overwhelm this pencil work with too much colour. Stronger application of the rose on the inside of the trumpet there, the fine brush. Again, keeping it nice and transparent, even though it's a stronger application, so I get the delicacy of the bloom. And we get, of course, the sort of cadmium yellow going in, mixing in with the opera rose, and with that undertone of the pencil work showing through still. Strengthening up the rose around the edge there, the opera rose. Just mixing some colour here on my palette, which is out of sight. Deepening the yellow, strengthening that up. Not too strong, but just strong enough. And here we go with the leaves. This is Viridian green and cadmium yellow. Again, fairly transparently applied, allowing the pencil work to show through. Finer brush for deepening the colour in, just adding a little of that green into the base of the bloom there, where the articulation is formed. A bit more green to go on, just mixing up a bit more on the palette here. And here it comes. Stronger green, just deepen the green on the leaves. There is our wash pencil and colour sketch, pretty much complete.